Hey Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back again to visit with me this week. I know that some of you, it may be trying to get back in a routine of me doing a Flosstube again, so thank you for coming back and being with me. Thank you to all the new subscribers. There's been quite a few of you this week, so thank you for subscribing and for coming over and visiting with me. I shared on my last video last week that I was doing like a start over for Flosstube and not stressing myself out and just gonna stitch their week and share what I have got and not be worried that I don't have some, as much as other people. So I've got some very realistic stitchiness for me to show you. I will go ahead and give the announcement. If you hear a banjo in the background, my husband is in the basement playing the banjo and he does not know how to play softly. So when he plays, you can hear it all over the entire house. So I enjoy hearing him play. I just like to tease. But anyway, if you hear sounds, that's what it is. I also have to say that the cats are in the floor and I never hear from them until I try to record. So sorry in advance for that too. So I guess what I'm going to kind of start to do is I'm going to show you what I stitched on this week, talk about plans that I've got coming up at the end of this week, and then kind of share with you about some life updates. I really enjoy watching life updates on other people's channels, so I thought I do want to do that with you guys as well. So here we go. I told you would hear the cats fighting. I'm gonna have to throw something at the cat. Okay, he quit. If he does it again, it's two boys and they want to fight. Anyway, and yes, they've been fixed. I've been a responsible pet owner. So I want to back up a little bit. My last video, I was talking about my cross stitch retreat that I had went to at Myrtle Beach, hosted by Barefoot Needle Art, and I had got some stuff that I failed to do shout outs for, and I wanted to be faithful to do that because they're very cute. These are floss drops that was given to me by Arlene Grimm from Alabama. You can find her on Instagram. I'll put her hashtag below, or her Instagram name below, so you can find her. But those were so cute. I thought, that was such a sweet thing to do. Then I also got these. It had a little brush in it for you to use like when you frog, to scrape the threads off of your fabric in here too. But there are these floss drops, and these are from Kara Ponder, and she's also on Instagram, so I will link her as in the notes below as well. So I want to also say thank you to Mischievous Stitches, Miss Lori, for giving me a shout out last week. Maybe some of you guys found me that way. And if so, thank you so much for coming over. She's so sweet. We've been chatting back and forth this week, and we've got some plans this weekend, but I'm not going to give too much of those details. I will share those after they have already occurred. So, yeah, we're going to get into some fun. But let me back up. There was some haul that I had failed to show last week. This is the Harvest Tiny Town. My aunt and I were going to start this together at the retreat, and we did not. And I've got to message her when I get off here and ask her if she's already started hers, because if not, we need to start it on the same day. But I've got a lot of these tiny towns, and I hadn't even started them yet. I don't know what the deal is. I need to get with it. And then I got this Vintage Country Mocha by Swagard. It's a 14 count Ada to be able to do this pattern on. So I think what I want to do, if my Aunt Linda doesn't want to start hers too soon, is I want to try to finish up my other Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches before I start this one as kind of a treat. So we'll see what happens. Okay, the next one that I stitched on this week, I can't remember if I showed you this one or not last week because there was so much stuff strode in my bag. But this is one that I started while I was at the retreat. It's called Holiday Quaker by Lila's Studio, and I love it. Let me see if I can get the glare off of it. Is that not just the coolest sampler? I'm super excited to stitch on this one. I'm up in this area, so I'm going to kind of show you where I'm at. This one has been fun to stitch, and it stitches up quick. And it don't really show that well, but there is enough variegation in here for it to be super cool looking. So I've got that far. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this motif up in the corner. And then I'm wanting to be able to come around this way and like stitch this scene and this and like the Santa. I don't know. I'm wanting to see how fast I can get this one done over the holidays. But I would love to have like from here, like halfway, I guess, halfway down on this side, halfway done by Christmas. Or at least by the end of the year. We'll see how it goes. Because these little motifs go so fast. But I definitely want to do Santa right at Christmas time. Too cute. But thank you to Miss Memory at Barefoot Needle Art. She gathered my threads for me. I bought this pattern on Thursday at the meet and greet. And then they said, if you need something from the shop, let us know and we'll get it for you and bring it over. And so, hang on just a second. I'm going to have to throw an empty pill bottle at my cats. So they quit fighting. Anyway, so she went over and got these for me. So that was fabulous. And picked up my fabric and brought it over to me. Oh, look how much better that shows. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, this ring light is the secret to getting true colors for fabric. Any of y'all who are looking, is fabulous. And I don't have it on the bright white either. I've got it on like the warmer color. And it's making it show up better. Okay, the next one that I stitched on was my Lady of the Flag. I did put several threads in her this week. My goal was to do a thread a day. I didn't quite get there, but I did make progress because I did at least get some threads in her. So I'm doing the green conversion. And I come down in here and finished filling up almost. No, I did. I finished all of those red areas, and then there's gray in here I did, and gray down here I did. So it's coming. Definitely coming. I don't have a whole lot left on the flag up at the first part. So it's coming. It's coming. And then I think whenever I get down into the dress, it's going to be like just flying because it's great big sections of color. But I'm proud of myself. I did put quite a few threads in her this week. I need a bigger project bag to put her in. So that was that one. The next one I stitched on is my October 31st piece. This is a stitch along with Mischievous Stitches and Barefoot Needle Art. I think you can get the pattern and the threads at a discount or something. I'll link Lori's channel below where she talks about it. But this is the pattern. October 31st by Cottage Garden Samplings. I've looked at several of theirs and I wanted to do them. I think there's a fox that I wanted to do. I want to say a skunk. That may not be right. But when I met Lori in South Carolina, they started this one. So I started it down there too. And I did pull it out and work on it some this week. I actually took this one to the hospital with me. I'll fill you in on that in a few minutes in life updates, but I got to stitch on this one a good little bit. But yeah, look at that fabric. Is that not just beautiful? So this is fabric that's dyed by Barefoot Needle Art. Perfect color for it. But trying to catch up. I don't think I'm really behind, but the fact that it started like half a month ago makes me feel behind considering how big that pattern is. But I just need a really good Saturday to sit and stitch on it all day. And I'm gonna have an opportunity and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. All right, then I had a new start. So I was late to the show, which often happens with your girl. It was the next day, October the 14th, and I seen that people were doing new starts for Friday the 13th. Halloween pieces. And so I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So this is the pattern that I showed you last week that my new friend Kim gave to me when we were at the retreat. So I decided I had this bright green fabric, and whenever I seen her finished piece, I knew instantly in my head that's what I wanted to do mine on. So I started this one. I sit down with the family last night, and we watched Haunted Mansion. I think it's a Disney movie. It is such a good movie. There are some Halloween movies that we just watch as repeats, you know, like Hocus Pocus and things like that. But this was a newfound family favorite. I think I'm going to watch it again before Halloween. So I sit down and got to start on it. And so I got all of the A done and started in on the B. I do believe, though, that I want to do the A and the Z and then skip over and do October 31st before the end of the season. Because I think these are going to take a little bit longer. But I think I would feel really accomplished if I got that part done. So we'll see. See how it goes. And then my little cute needle minder. I think, who gave me that? It was a lady at the retreat. Why is her name was it Jane? I don't remember which one of the two ladies it was that gave it to us. But I've got it on here, ladies. I see your face, but I cannot remember which one of you actually gave it to me. And now we have dogs coming into the room as well. It's a circus around here. It's okay, just let her be. Just go back in yonder. Go back in there. All right. My house is a zoo. Okay, so that's what I got stitched on this week. For those of you that don't know, I'm still settling into my new job. I got a new job. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the timeline exactly. This is my 7th week there. So I'm still really very much settling into a routine. It has also been warm out, so there's been responsibilities with cutting grass and all those things that is going away. It has been very cold here today. I think the high was 60. And I was just looking at my phone before I got on here and filmed this. There was actually snow in western North Carolina today in the higher elevations. So it is, I think we're going to have a fast coming winter. And I've heard that with El Nino, we're going to have more snow this season. We'll see. That will be very good for my stitching if that happens. And my job now allows me to work from home. So it would just be, fantastic if that happens. So I can stay home and have snow days and still work and stitch and, all that goodness. So plans, let me back up and share. I made a kind of a tracker. This is my bullet journal. So if you don't know what a bullet journal is, I'm so sorry because I just opened up a whole new world for you, and you're going to go looking it up, and then you're going to get sucked down this trail too. I'm sorry in advance, but I have a bullet journal, and I do all kinds of different spreads in it. So, seriously, I enjoy making them. But I did a cross stitch tracker, and what I did is I put 1 through 31. This is my October one, and so I've just put the things that I've worked on up here. I have not put the one that I just started on here or the Christmas one. But my thing is I've got so many whips. What I thought I would do is if I worked on it in the month of October, I'll list what I worked on and then highlight the dates. And then that way, maybe I can have some focus pieces for the month to really get somewhere on those pieces. And then I put NS if it's a new start, and then FN if it's a finish. But this makes it really easy. I get really stressed out if it's too difficult, so this will be quick. I get a fresh slate every month, and then I can just focus on what's calling to me and then highlight what I did work on. I'll make a new one for November, and yes, there's some of you who's going to say, is that not a lot of work? I guess it is if you don't enjoy it, but I enjoy doing these things. So I will be happy to make another one for November. But I think this will be really good at keeping me accountable for my days. Like, I was going to the cross stitch retreat on the 6th, and I've done really good at stitching every day. There was 3 days in here I didn't stitch, but I've done pretty good since I've got back from the retreat. And then today is, I think, the 17th, and I have already stitched. Yesterday was the 16th, and I had a new start, and I got to list it, and then the 17th. So I've done pretty good since then. But I think this will be a way for me to say, oops, you know, you've not been stitching, and for me to see what I've worked on. So this coming weekend is 24 hours of cross stitch, and I'm just going to assume that you know what that is. Broad definition, if you don't, is it's pretty much you try to stitch 24 hours in the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I am going to try my best to get 24 hours in. I was thinking, how can I do it without it really stressing me out? And I think what I'm going to do to have fun with it, and so I can see some progress, is I think I'm going to choose 8 of my whips and spend 3 hours on each whip, and that will give me the 24 hours. Yeah. And I think what I'm going to do, if I don't achieve the goal by Sunday afternoon, because I'm going to be traveling and coming back, is I think I'm going to give myself permission to go into Monday with it. Just my own personal thing. Just, I want to really try to stitch 3 hours each on 8 whips. Sorry, I got the hiccups. So that is my goal. I do know that I've got some plans to get some haul this weekend. So, yeah, I'm planning to go down to Barefoot Needle Art Friday afternoon and stitch for several hours for the 24 hours of cross stitch. So that's going to be fun. And I'll be meeting some friends there. And I don't want to tell too many plans in advance just for people's privacy. But I will share about it next week after it's happened, like what all went down and all that good stuff. I did go and get, hang on, let me show you my new fabrics. Hold on. I got me some fabric to make me some project bags because I do like to sew. I do not have much time to do it. So I thought I'm gonna get me a couple of things. Okay, so this is a fabric. I just want to show it to you because I think it's gorgeous. I got this fabric. I love to go antiquing. And there was a store in Tron. There's a lady there who sells fabrics like this. And so I picked this up there. I've not seen this anywhere else. Maybe it's been somewhere else and I've just missed the boat. But I picked this up while I was up there. This I got a while back, but it's on my thing here to sit and sew. And then I picked up this fabric. I thought this would make a cute stitchy bag. These mugs remind me of stitching with the Housewives patterns. So I thought that would make cute project bags. And then I got this fabric. It's just green Christmas trees to go on for the lining on the inside. I think that'll look good together. And then I was looking for stuff to make needle minders with. And this Hildy and Joe company, they were 60% off at Joann's when I went. So I got these little flip-flops. I think they will be cute little needle minders. I'll put a magnet on there. And then I got these, they look like peppermint candy. How cool will that look with this one? If you make a project bag and then the needle minder. Is that not cool? I think that'll be awesome. So pick that stuff up. And then it's a secret, but they had these. My mom is a dog lover. And look at these. Look at it. Do you see it? So it's his head is a bead, and then this bead, and then his little bottom is a bead. And I'm gonna make my mom, I think, a scissor fob with it. I think it's so cute. So stinking cute. So there's like 4 dogs on here. I thought those were cute. Anyway, that is pretty much it. So that's my plans. Like I said, this weekend, 24 hours of cross stitch. Stitch on 8 projects for 3 hours each is kind of my goal. If I really get into a project, I may go longer and then cut back on another one, but right now I'm thinking 8 projects for 3 hours each. And then trying to finish up my autumn Cricut collection piece, my autumn rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and then hopefully starting that Harvest Tiny Town with my aunt if she's not started without me. I'm gonna get you, Aunt Linda, if you've started without me. So yeah. As far as life updates, so I told you that I had been stitching on that one in the hospital. My son ended up sick, my baby, he's 10, he's still my baby, with massive headache on Friday. And he doesn't complain. Like, he can be sick, he's had the flu, he's had COVID, he's had all kinds of stuff, and you never hear about it. Well, he woke me up in tears saying how bad his head was hurting. So that went on Friday, and then Saturday I took him to the emergency room because he just couldn't quit crying. And it was so bad, like he was nauseous and all that good stuff. I've had migraines, but I've never heard of a kid having a migraine, so it worried me a little bit. And he was acting confused and stuff like that. So they didn't seem too concerned about it at the emergency room. Didn't even take blood work. I was very displeased with how they reacted to it. They did do a flu test and a COVID test and said he didn't have that. It could have been too early for the test, but they sent us home. So today is Monday, and he has all weekend kept these massive headaches. So much so that when you give him the medicine, he's asking for more medicine before time. And it's been made worse, like when he's up, sitting up, he wants to go lay back down and put an ice pack on the back of his neck. So I thought, well, maybe it is something viral. We'll see. But today it's been just as bad, if not worse, than what it was on Friday. So I called the doctor's office, talked to them about it. They said there was nothing they were aware of that was causing that bad of headaches in kids. So she told me to bring him on in. So she did. They retested him for flu and strep and COVID, and all that was negative. So got to really diving into it, and they think that he's got bit by a tick. So he's on some very strong antibiotics, and we're hopeful that he'll feel much better within 24 to 48 hours, because it's been pitiful seeing him the way he is, especially with the light. He don't want the lights on. He's not wanted to eat. So yeah, glad he's feeling better. But at least I had my stitching with me. I do not do well waiting. I'm impatient, especially when I see a bunch of people sitting around all giddy and you're sitting there waiting for answers, and don't get me started. But I try to be a kind person and a nice person, but there comes the point when you're just like, you know, we should know something by now. So anyway, I had my stitching and I was very nice, so y'all can be proud of me. But other than that, just doing the work thing, and then like I said, I got plans for this weekend, and it's been just really cold. I think for the next 2 days it's not supposed to be above 66 here, which is, it's got really cold in a hurry, especially with there being snow in the mountains today. So, but anyway, thank you guys for coming back and visiting with me this week. I do hope to have tons more to show you next week. If I do get to achieve my 24 hours of cross stitch this weekend, I will have a lot to show you, so make sure you come back. I did also want to mention Brenda from Handwork Maniac. Go check her channel out. She has been stitching on this Dimensions kit forever. I think she said today that she started it in 2020, but I have been watching her channel and I've seen it slowly, you know, slowly grow and see what she gets stitched on it. Well, she finished it in this last video, and it is drop dead gorgeous. It's Jesus sitting with 2 sheep. So go over and check it out. It is beautiful. She stitches on such beautiful pieces. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great week and a great weekend, and I will see you here next week. Here, I want to tell them bye, Cruella. This is my little kitty, Cruella. Tell them bye. Say bye. Do you hear her purring? Do you hear her? She's my stitch baby. I stitch and she comes and gets up on me right here and wants to sit. And then when I start pulling my thread through, she wants to chase my thread and I have to get a hold of her. So Tell them bye. She's just a purring. All right, guys. I will see you all soon.